Sorry about being late for this, but it's finally time for me to go over my rankings for the Fly With You album. Of course, the Fly With You album has a solo song for each of the girls in Nijigaku, which will put it at 12 solo songs, and there is one group song called Fly With You. So these are just, of course, going to be my personal opinions, and this is based on just the previews that we got so far. If you want the full previews, you can get it in Squad Festival 2, or I'll give you a link to Twitter/X post where you can listen to the first chorus and verse. Without further ado, we're going to go and get a preview of each of the songs and then go over my personal rankings over each of these songs.
Baby いつからかあなたはベストフレンドそう思ってたはずなのに Why? Lonely 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 night あなたと踊る Hold me hold me hold me tight 叶わない君としたいこと君とどんな小さな出来事も一番に聞かせてよありふれた欲しいの縛ってたくもないのあなたで暮らしてて欲しいの例えばあなたに絆残してあなた笑顔で首筋押さえて Feel my heartbeat yeah My eyes Met with you many times you find We begin to feel You're my love, you're my love Can't stop this feeling You're my love, you're my love 你只要爱我就好相信我对你的好当然理解你心中肯定想在我手中 Come on, come on, come on, hands up Come on, come on, come on, hands up 思いのままにハムテンポ
So those were a preview of all those songs, but now it's going to go over my opinions. Now I want to let you know this is, of course, I don't have the full songs, so my opinions will definitely change in the future. But without further ado, let's start with 12th place. So I don't think this was gonna be much of a surprise, but in 12th place I do have Koisuru Sunflower by Emma Verde. This very much does feel like a song by Emma Verde, but that's kind of the problem. Emma songs tend to be cheery and a little slower, and that's kind of what this is. It's nothing different and unique, and I don't really have a problem with that, but I generally find those kind of songs kind of boring, and that's what I feel about this one. Now, I don't have any really big gripes with the song. There's nothing that I feel I have a major problem with. It's just, it's not that interesting to me, and I don't really find it that interesting to listen to. There's no unique or fun gimmicks. There's no really very interesting instrumentals to me. It's just overall just a fine song, a song that I will never really find myself saying, yeah, I want to listen to that. And I don't know, it just feels like another Emma solo. So that's more or less how I feel about it, and I kind of feel like that's going to be the case for many people. So for the people who love Emma songs, this is probably going to be your jam. But for me, no, I don't really care.
Oh baby, これにほんとちれたよ。これにまっすぐ届け。思い思い思い。
Yeah, so this kind of hurts. I put Satsunyuki at 11th place with her solo song Cherry Bomb. And of course, this is the first solo song without Tomoriru. This is with the new Seiyu. And first and foremost, I think she does a pretty good job capturing Setsuna's kind of energy, her style. That I don't have a problem with. I still prefer Tomoriru. She's got a little more of that spunk that I personally like, but that not always not be the case for you. But I think this definitely, she does a good job doing what we expect from Setsa. It's more of, I don't really care for the song itself. Cherry Bomb is kind of, it feels like one of those songs where they asked, what are we missing in this song? And the answer was, we need more drums and guitar strumming. And it feels like a decent amount of rock songs out there fall into that kind of category with instrumental. The solution is, we didn't have enough drums last time. Let's add more drums. And I do like rock songs, don't get me wrong, but there are some songs where they just feel like, you know what, I'm just gonna drum harder and harder and harder and harder and harder, and I'm gonna strum. But where's the creativity in that? Where is the artistry? Where is the nuance in that? It's like, that's the kind of stuff you do in metal, and that's why I don't really like metal songs, because that's all it is. There's more interesting things to listen to, just someone who's trying their hardest to break their drums by mashing really hard. And that's what this song kind of really feels like. It's, yeah, let me just strum my guitar like crazy. I'm not really interested in that. I remember when I was young, I was trying to listen to more rock and metal songs, and for a while I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, but now it's all the same. And that's what Cherry Bomb feels like. In fact, this is not my favorite song called Cherry Bomb, so yeah, that's not really a good sign, because there's not a whole lot of songs called Cherry Bomb. It's just, I don't really care for this song. It's a little more interesting than Korisuru Sunflower, but not by a lot. So yeah, I don't know. This is a song I'm going to pass on. And in 10th place, I have Cooking with Love by Kanata Konoe. And this is probably the song that frustrated me the most. I wasn't really sure, do I like the song or not? So my main problem with the song is that there is a lot of auto-tuning on Akari Kito's voice in this song. And my question is, why? Seriously, why? I don't understand this at all. It's not the style. Kanata's voice was never auto-tuned this hard before. So why are we doing that? Akari Kito does not need auto-tuning to sound good. She sounds very good in plenty of other songs. So why are we doing it in this song? It's not really the style of the song, really. I think it could sound very much the same or even better without all that auto-tuning. But why are we trying to make her sound a little bit more like a robot? It's not... The song is called Cooking with Love. We're not talking about technology or video games or anything. So it just feels like a theme mismatch. And I don't know, this just bugs the heck out of me when I'm trying to figure this out. So, I don't know, man. That's the thing about it. I don't Like, the song itself has some interesting elements, but I just can't get over this. And maybe that's just me, but I'm not happy about that much auto-tuning in it. And some other characters sure have it, but that's what you expect, and that's their thing, maybe especially like when you look at things like Rena. But I don't know. If they turn on down to auto-tune, maybe. I still think it's an okay song, honestly, but it's not like the most interesting song either, so I don't know how much removing the auto-tune would help it, but I'll probably bump it up a few spots. But the concept of Cooking with Love, that definitely is very much what I expect from Kanata. So in the end, I don't know. This is probably the one song that I'm just really iffy about overall. I want to like it, but I just can't really seem to get myself to like it, no matter how many times I listen to it. So overall, I still kind of like it, as contradictory as that sounds. But I do have, this is the song that I have the most gripes with.
Feel my heartbeat. You're my love, you're my love. Can't stop this feeling. You're my love, you're my love. I can't.
So in ninth place, I have Mia Taylor with Lemonade. It's kind of crazy that we got two songs about lemonade in such a short time. Witty had Karan, and she had Sentimental Lemonade. Probably prefer Sentimental Lemonade though. This one is still not too shabby a song. We're getting to the point where these are the songs that I say, yeah, I kind of like listening to these ones. Maybe more in once in a while. At this point, the song Lemonade, I'm still not sure why it's called Lemonade. And the lyrics are in English, so at least I understand what she's talking about. And are you sure about this love life? I guess they kind of do all that kind of stuff about hinting at stuff, but they're pretty upfront in this song with some no lyrics. If you listen to it, it's like, really? Are you, okay. The chorus is alright, I would say, and it's kind of got that Disney feeling, which you kind of expect from Mia Taylor. I've never really been big into that kind of style in music. I'm not really crazy about the echoes in the song either. I don't know, something feels a little bit off, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's a decent song. It's not one I would listen to that often. Maybe if it comes on once in a blue moon, I'll listen to it. But it's a decent song. So, if you're gonna name it after my favorite drink, I was gonna expect it to be a little more, I don't know, remind me of lemonade. So I'm still not sure about that. But hey, it's an alright song.
Lonely, lonely, lonely night. あなたと踊る。Hold me, hold me, hold me tight. 叶わない。
In 8th place, I have My Shadow by Cotton. And this one's definitely got a kind of a unique flavor to it. It's not like exactly my favorite kind of style out there, but it does something that say, whoa, that's kind of fun. And that's kind of how I feel about the song. It's got that little extra, ooh, that's kind of interesting. That keeps the song from being boring. And I kind of like that in it. It's not a song that I would listen to like that crazy often, because I'm not like, ooh, this is a song I really like. Definitely not my favorite Cotton solo, but it's different, and I kind of like that song for that. So overall, I kind of like it.
可愛い私でいるね。あなたのためにいつでも。
In 7th place, I put Sensobi Shitate, I think that's how you say it, by Kasami. And we're getting to the point where I'm was about the same feeling for a lot of songs around here. So like 8, 7, 6, I feel like they're definitely interchangeable, and they're the most likely to move if I were to re-rank this later, as I more or less have, relatively positive opinions on these songs, and they all do something a little different. So I'm not really sure which one I would like to listen more in the long run, but they're all pretty good songs. This one from Kasumi, she's not like going all high pitch and doing her Kasumi spunk. This is a little bit more of a love song, and I think she does a pretty good job of singing this. And of course, she has to sing about kawaii and all that, but I kind of like this one. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing that really catches my eye, but I think she does a pretty solid job.
例えばあなたに絆残してあなた笑顔で首筋を押さえて
So in sixth place, I put Ko Fukuron. I think that's how you say that, by Shiriko. I don't see how this is like that crazy different from Senobi. I'm sorry, why do I keep saying wrong? But it just those feel like they're kind of similar. So I feel like most people would probably have similar feelings about this. Again, this is a little bit slower. I just feel like I like the instrumentals a little more in this song, and I like Shiriko singing a little bit more than Kasumi. But I didn't really depend on the person. Those are kind of right next to each other, as I don't think they're too crazy different. It's definitely probably more of a middle for me for Shiriko solo songs. I still prefer the standard Shiriko song with all the traditional elements and making it all exciting and such. We don't really have that in this song. She's just more doing a slower love song, and sure, I think it's a decent song, but again, nothing that blows my mind. And in fifth place, I put Request for You by Ai Miyashita. And I kind of like this one. It's been a while since I've really got into an Ai song. That, of course, being literally her first solo song, Metro Going. Since then, I kind of haven't really cared. Tanoshi Tensai was decent, I guess. But this one, I actually feel like this is more of what I was kind of looking for Ai. So, she likes making puns, likes having fun, has high energy, but not making the song sound too kiddie. So that this is kind of more like what I was looking for. This is still got her high energy and got her spunk in there. I don't know. I like listening to this one more. Honestly, this is probably my second favorite Ai solo song, but it's still not really close to Metro Going. But it's definitely a nice mix-up for me. In fourth place, I have Walking Dream by Ayumu. And wow, another song about dreaming? Really, Ayumu? But it's still a pretty good song, honestly. My main thing that kind of bugged me when I was first listening to this song is that it feels like she's singing higher pitched than normal, and I think it just would sound better if they pitch this down a little bit so she didn't have to sing at such a high pitch. But then again, I'm just not one who really likes listening to higher pitched voices, so that's probably my primary concern. But this is still a fun song to listen to, and I enjoy this one. It's on brand with Ayumu. She loves talking about her dreams. I mean, she literally had What Dream With You. Now we have Walking Dream. I don't know what the next dream is going to be. We have to figure it out later. But this is definitely a song that I liked. And at this point, we're probably to the songs that I'll probably put on my phone and, listen to it occasionally. I really like the way the song starts. That was definitely fun. And definitely the beginning of the verses as well. Those are kind of things that get me interested in the song, and I like that it did that, and the instrumentals really make this fun song to listen to. So overall, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the song. So now we get to one of the more unusual song names. So this one's called 5201314. I guess that depends on what language you're saying it in. I'm just gonna call that it for now. And the reason why it's that, what I've been told is that if you say those numbers in Chinese, it sounds very, very close to the I love you forever in Chinese as well. So more or less that is synonymous with meaning I love you forever. That's why it's called that. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but I guess so. Anyways, for this song, it's definitely a standard song for Nanju. You got the kind of modern techno kind of feeling with the traditional Oriental elements. You got that kind of Chinese flair to it, which, I kind of like that. I like how that spices up the song. So this is probably something you might see or listen to in a club. But it's a fun song to listen to, and it's part of the reason why I like Nanju is that she's got that really cool flair to her, and that's what the song has. It's probably not my favorite Namjoon song, but I find this one very, very fun to listen to. And in second place, we have Shizuku with her song Koakuma Love, which apparently means Little Devil Love. So, whoa, okay, Shizuku. But yeah, this one's fun. So, of course, for Shizuku, she generally does more of that slower, dramatic songs. You know, a girl who does theater, that's probably what you expect. But this time, she's going for a little more of that cutesy side, which I guess you can see that based on the outfit she has in this album cover. But yeah, I like this one. It's probably a song you might think might be playing in like a rom-com kind of anime. And I don't know, I find this fun to listen to. It's a little different from what Shizuku normally does, but I kind of like this one, really though. So, I don't know if this would be my favorite Shizuku solo, but I think it's at least heading towards that direction. But yeah, this was definitely a nice surprise for me from Shizuku. Was not expecting this song from her, but I think she does a pretty good job on this one. And for my favorite from this album will be Watashi wa Magnet by Rina Tennoji. And yeah, this one was great, honestly. Even from when I first listened to this is the one that really caught my attention. Though I gotta say, Shizuku, hers is pretty good. I don't think it's going to be truly competing with Rina's, but I think that's a more of a decent second place. But this one was just one that I found myself really enjoying. I really like the beat and how Rina really adds to the song. It's just got a really nice tempo and instrumentals. Just overall a song that I feel like Rina does a very good job in. And it's just definitely one I want to listen to more when the full version comes out. But overall, I just really like that song. I haven't really found a part in that song that I say, yeah, I don't really like that, because honestly, throughout the whole song, there were some great parts. I did really like the part right before the chorus where she says, "I love you." That hits hard, and I kind of like the way the song came in, where she was saying, "Whoa, oh, whoa." That sounded pretty cool, and just the verses themselves had a real nice impact to them. So overall, bang up job by Rina. But anyways, those are my opinions. So now it's time for me to ask you for your guys' opinions. So click on the link in the description below, where you can go ahead get a link to this poll, and you can go ahead and rank these songs for yourself. You can put them 1 through 12 because there's 12 of them there. Keep in mind you have to pull the slider to see all of them, and you do need to enter one for each one. But let me know what your guys' rankings in there, and if you do participate in that poll, of course I can give you credit for that, and we'll see based on the averages where these solo songs rank. So I'm definitely curious to see that. And of course, if you don't feel like doing that, you can just put in the comments below and say what your favorite songs are in this album as well. And just in general, where do you think this ranks across other albums? Was this album a great surprise for you, or did you find it disappointing? I thought it was kind of mid when I first listened to the whole album, but my first initial opinions usually age like milk, so I always try to make sure I listen to it many times to really truly get my feelings on the songs, because a lot of songs when you first listen to it usually feels like eh, but I started to listen to more and then say, yeah, I kind of like that part and I like that part, and overall I'm seeing a lot of decent songs in here. Not every song is necessarily a winner, but there will definitely be a few songs that I would like to add to my collection on my phone and listen to a lot more. And particularly, Rina and Shizuku did some pretty cool stuff here, so I'm definitely looking to those the most. And I'll probably add Ayumu and Nanju as well, so I'll definitely look forward to those. So let me know what do you guys think about this in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching. I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.